Yo, what going on? It's your boy Ja from the Same Difference Podcast. We back with another one, and I just like to tell you guys we're still the best. I've been on a 3-4 day streak now, hardest working man in VI podcasting. Yep, that's me, and I'm gonna brag a little bit because who will? You know what I'm saying? But in the background, we got backstage tonight. Tyree Nelson. He does a lot, but tonight we're going to talk mainly about traveling because that's one of his many hobbies, and he loves it and he wants to share it with the world. And there's some reasons that I'll let him explain, and I agree with him because we had some conversations. And as far as traveling, I took some very important core memory trips when I was young. Like the one I remember most was I went from St. Croix at like 11 years old. I went away to Philadelphia, paid for by the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and it was a men's boys mentorship program, and that I don't know. That was a core memory for me. The experiences there, being away from home, meeting people that didn't know nothing about the Virgin Islands and stuff like that. It really broadens your horizons. But enough about me. We're gonna bring him on and let him talk about himself and traveling and why it's important right after these messages. Hey, Tyree, what going on?
I'm good, man. Wow, I'm just enjoying the vibe, enjoying the entrance. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
really
we try to do that epic a little bit, you know?
cinematic. Yeah,
We try. You know, I can only do so much on the people on the internet, so I try to do it big when I can.
yeah, man.
All
I think
right,
you do the right thing, man.
thank you. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself to those who may not know you and tell them basically a little bit about yourself and why you're here?
Yeah, for sure, man. So yes, my name is Tyree. Well, why we're here? I mean, I am from St. Croix, born and raised. This is where I currently live. I haven't lived nowhere else, so this is really just this is my home. And like you did say, I do a lot of different things. I'm up to a lot of different projects. I am an entrepreneur at heart. I don't know if this is something to brag about or not, but I wasn't able to, I have not to date been able to like maintain a job for more than a year, whether it be I'm just not feeling it or, you know, something just happened, right? But that's besides the point. I do why I'm really here is because we got into a conversation about travel, right? And I was sharing with you that I am a travel advisor. I do own an online travel agency, which has afforded me the opportunity to really be a merchant in the travel space, really be on the inside, find better experiences, better rates and deals, provide my friends and families with better experiences as well. Um, I am hell of adventurous. You know, I'm always up for doing something. I'm always up for a challenge. You know, nature. Growing up in St. Croix, I'm sure you can relate to just loving the outdoors. You know what I mean? I've never driven in the states. You know, so I have family in North Carolina. You know, it's funny, right? Yeah, I figured out where it mentioned it because I don't have much relatedness to the states besides visiting maybe once or twice. That I have family in North Carolina that grew up there, but when I go to the states, I don't do much. I don't do the driving. You know, I'm just like I just look around. You know, I am also a community activist. Like I'm hella for my community, so I figured
Hmm.
I wanted to come on here really just to speak as a community activist, someone that I think can make a difference in the community, and I just figured why not, you know, share myself in this light.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
yeah,
That's
man.
what's up. First of all, you know I got asked about that. How so you just a tourist when you come to the States, like
Oh yeah,
you
man.
don't take no driving trips.
I don't do the driving, bro. I leave that to everybody
Must be
else.
nice.
Yeah, man. I don't. Yo, there's like 4-lane highways, 5-lane highways. That freaks me out, man. And
Oh
when I,
man.
when I talk to
Okay.
some people, like they made me feel like I feel like I'm really like a true islander. Like the whole coconut huts and shit. Like I don't like, you know,
That's where your heart is. Okay.
that's where my heart is, man.
I gotta tell you, I feel like I could do the off the grid, living off the land thing. I know in my heart of hearts that I
Mhm.
can't though, because
Yeah,
first of all, I don't hunt, I don't fish, I have a black thumb. I'm not good at planting, but I would
yeah,
like to learn. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
yeah,
learn these things growing up, but I would love to. And this is all stemming from my first ever camping on the beach thing.
yeah,
Like that was beautiful. Like I
yeah.
remember just thinking I could do this.
Yeah. Did you do that often? Did you camp often growing up?
I only camped twice. And both times I enjoyed it. And I'm the type when we were growing up, well, y'all still have that issue. Power used to go for long periods of time when hurricane hits,
Oh,
like months. And I never had so much fun as a child growing up. Like
yeah,
after a hurricane hit and power was just gone.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I enjoyed it. I didn't have any complaints. Even carting water back and forth to bathe with, I loved it still.
yeah. Those are that's a time, and that's a time for sure. Like it's a time like no other, because you don't have the other distractions. I grew up camping. I grew up camping on St. Cremus Park. So
Hmm.
out there already don't have much signal. So every Easter for most of my childhood I've been out there. So I think I might got what it takes. I'll say I ain't gonna be confident.
You might.
I might got what it takes.
I get it. I live off the land, off the grid vibe from you though.
You get up from
No,
me? I mean, you're right.
no.
I need some support. I ain't gonna flex on you, Jay. I ain't gonna be like I can handle this by myself. I'm gonna definitely need my cousins and like some people to show me
Hmm.
the road to like the farm, and
Okay,
you know what I mean. I can't do it by myself, man. I ain't gonna cap with you, bro. I ain't here
I
to cap
got you.
tonight. I ain't here to cap tonight.
Yeah, we keep it real. That's what's up.
Keep it real, bro.
No, no. Tell me, sir, how as far as the community activism and the travel, are they interconnected or they're just different aspects of who you are?
That's a real good question. I like to say right now they're not very connected, and I see the possibility of them being connected, right? Being able to like bridge that travel world for myself, um, what I have access to with my community. But right now they do exist as like separate separate
Okay.
entities, separate parts of my life. Um, I guess something to share about myself is that my father is a public figure in our community, not really into if people you all can put the one on one together. But my dad is a relevant person in the community, and so I have that sense of like what it's like to be able to impact the community at large. See that if my dad can have a voice and do this and that, like I can do the same thing. Why not? You know what I mean? I don't see myself doing it in the way that he did it. I see myself being a little bit more rebellious, not really political per se, but I do know that I'm confident that um, when it's time to really say and speak up, I can speak up for my community. I love our history. I research our history just for the fun of it. Um, and I don't know if you know who is Ariella and Miss Carter from Complex, but those are some people that really like instilled in me the importance of like speaking up and the importance of just like not taking the BS that happens in the community, right? So that's where I got everything's good.
My bad. Had some technical difficulties. You
Oh,
back?
you
You
good,
said
you good.
that's where you got your fire from, Miss Carter,
Yeah, Miss
and
Carter
what
and
was the other name?
Ariella Hayes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They have this
Is that Saida Carter? Do you know? Is
Yeah,
that Miss
yeah,
Saida? Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a friend of the show. She's gonna be on Same Difference and Friends too. She's joined the
Nice. Yeah, I
cast.
think I saw
All
something
right.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
joined the panel. So yeah,
That's what's
excited.
all
And
good.
she's not scared to talk. That's for
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly. Yo, she is not scared to talk at all. So I definitely like
At all.
she's one of my inspirations when it comes to like the community, and the kind of impact that I see myself having. One
That's
other
good.
thing about that I share is that like I do taekwondo. I'm a martial artist and I teach the youth taekwondo
Mm.
and adults if they're open to it. We don't have much adults. Believe it or not, bro, adults could be worse than youths. You know what I
No,
mean?
I believe it.
Yeah, them on.
I believe it.
Yeah, man. So I already have that impact in a sense. You know what I mean?
And he ain't want to stunt, but it's a third degree black belt, right? Is that correct?
That's correct. A third degree black belt. Yeah,
Third degree black
yeah,
belt, people.
yeah.
So don't let it the lankiness and the chill vibe fool you. You put it on you, Jack.
I like
Okay.
when that fools them. I don't do much of the flaunting.
Uh-huh. Might say he don't talk much.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
flex.
I like to hear it. That's what I like.
Respect,
Why is travel important to you? Why should it be important to others?
bro. Well, let me tell you something. Especially, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak to yes, I Renee for sure. I'm gonna speak to really to our community, our culture specifically, why it's important for like us as Virgin Islanders, us as people from a small place, more specifically, right? Just being that we come from this small, isolated couple of islands, right? We are more susceptible to a small-minded kind of mentality, not having anything, not seeing beyond the horizon. Is so easy to just get trapped in that, right? So for us, it's just very important because there's just so much out there. What do you mean? Like, why should it not be important? Is a real question. But for me, it's my like I got bit from the travel bug for me when I was in college. When I was in college, I actually attended UVI, and I did this thing called the exchange program, National Student Exchange Program, and I went to Hawaii and by myself. Like I didn't travel with anybody else. So I went to Hawaii. That like changed the trajectory of my life. I say like that heck like yeah, just really just expanded my mind and like what's possible and like wow, I could really like do this and see the world and like yeah, just in the independence that I felt and the people that I've met. I studied tourism, so when I went over there, I went for the purpose of like seeing what tourism really looks like in action, and I got that experience. Fast forward, I did another exchange program to Nova Scotia, Canada. If anybody knows where Nova Scotia, Canada is, that is hella isolated. It is like not only did I go to Nova Scotia, but I went to an island in Nova Scotia called Cape Breton Island. This is a small island in the east side of Canada. I don't even know why I went out there, but I went on exchange. Oh, this is why I went out there because I was telling you about like the America. I never driven in America. I honestly avoided going to America because at the time Trump was president. There was just a whole lot of stuff going on in America that I really didn't want to like be a part of. So I was thinking to myself, what's better than Hawaii? Nothing in America is exciting me. They have options in Canada. Let's go to Canada. So I went to Canada, and yeah, just really just expanded my mind once again, seeing a whole different culture, a whole different is like Hawaii and even the Virgin Islands. We are American citizens, so the feel is kind of like the same. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
it's an island, but the Americanness is there. Going to Canada, it was just like different. You know what I mean? Different culture, different
I get
people.
you.
Yeah.
No,
So that's
of
what made
course.
me excited.
It'd be totally different because for one, it's a lot colder. It's huge,
That part.
and even just those two small differences changes how people act and behave, and you know what I'm saying. So I understand. Now
Yeah,
you said that you studied tourism, right?
yeah.
If anyone,
Great.
if a true follower follows me, they know how I feel about tourism,
Tell me
right? So
about
I'm
this.
glad that you studied it.
Yeah,
As far as tourism, I'm not against it, right? But you mentioned Hawaii and the Virgin Islands also.
I know exactly where you're
Now,
going.
okay,
Let me hear
so
it.
tourism
Mm,
was good for their economy until it wasn't, and
exactly.
now
I'm with you.
it pushed out the locals
The
to where
culture.
they're fighting to repatriate their own homeland, right?
Mm,
Me, I see that happening to the Virgin Islands, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the prices are skyrocketing to where if you're a local, you could barely afford things. So you said that you study tourism. Do you believe that tourism is good for the VI, the VI people and its economy?
man, I'm so glad. I'm about to get. I'm about to turn into a radical right now. No, real talk. No, I'm about to be on it, bro. You got me on it for real.
Okay,
But
go, go.
in my opinion, I think it is. It can be good for the Virgin Islands people, and it can
Hmm.
be good for the economy, right? And
Hmm.
I know the the what people already think about it, but it's really about the way it can be done. You know what I mean? The and when I went to Hawaii, I saw what the Virgin Islands can be like if it continues on the trajectory that it's going. Like that can be us in the next 10 years easily, right? But the way
And
that I
that's not in a good way,
not in a
right?
good way, no, not in a good way. Like it
Okay,
would be,
yeah,
it would not be for us. You know what I mean? We won't have
correct.
our piece of our pie, out of our paradise. So when I see tourism and when I see tourism, I think about the sustainability aspect. I think about how us as Virgin Islands people are able to brand and able to like market our homeland in a way that's not taken away from our beauty and our resources and natural stuff. That can promote that. That's the only reason why Hawaii is in their situation. You know what I mean? Because
Correct.
the others came in. The colonizers came in and did this whole thing. You know what I mean? And
Them people, yeah, yeah.
yeah, the colonizers, whoever,
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Facts.
yeah. But and one thing that I want to mention about just how Hawaii got the way that it got. Their tourism. I did like whole research. I did a whole paper on this. So like their tourism culture, their tourism business got started really before. Like they're like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the founders of tourism in the sense of like
Hmm.
they've been having people go there before
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a thing. You know what I mean? So
Correct.
for
Correct.
them, they weren't able to get ahead of the curve. They was already a destination by the time they founded their Department of Tourism. You know what I mean? They were trying to
Hmm.
catch up. They were trying to like play catch up to everything. You know what I mean? But for us, why people started to discover us a lot later than like Hawaii, a lot of places. You know what I mean? We had our first elected governor in the '70s, so that just goes to show like our progression as a place, as people. So I say all that to say we are in a place, ja, where we can actually have tourism work for us, have it be in a sustainable manner, right? Because we see places like Hawaii, we see places like Venice that's like
Hmm.
down from the tourism, but like I think it's possible, man. Like honestly, if more people can think like how I think about tourism, and not just try like show it out because on the next thing, ja, no matter what we do, no, for real.
No, you got lit. Go ahead. I like it. I like the
Yeah,
passion. Go.
because no matter what we do, bro, people are going to
Hmm.
come to the Virgin Islands.
Facts.
You
Facts.
know what I mean? So it's not we don't need to. It's not about shutting it down, trying to like say forget everybody, y'all can't come here. How do we make it in a way that you coming to my house, you can't come here and just rearrange my living
And
room
tech.
without my. That's where I come from.
Woo, boy! I'm glad you're here because we here, sir. We
Yeah,
here
I got
because
you, man.
I had another conversation with Saida Carter, Miss Carter, and She calls herself She Dread Simmons. I can't remember her first name because all I see is
Yes,
She
she
Dread.
as well.
But
Her name is right there. I know what you're talking about. I couldn't
yeah,
about
yeah.
remember her name, but I know.
Cause trust me, if you don't know her real name, She Dread gonna stick in your head, and then when you hear her real name, is like no man. But yeah, so so they were on the show and we were talking, and tourism came up because we were talking about all types of colonialism and all of that. But sticking with the travel thing and tourism, my outlook is like you said, we can't stop tourism, but we can integrate it to where um, it it doesn't do what most tourism does to places that are beautiful, like
Mm,
Bahamas and stuff, to where it turns the locals into a worker slave class to
mm-hmm.
whoever comes in, and it raises the economy, it raises prices on the economy to where locals can't afford it, but outside money can, so they start buying up land and stuff. So what I'm thinking is to ride with me here. Do you agree with this? So St. Thomas already ain't get much land to occupy. It's already clustered anyway, and they enjoy their cruise ships and all of that stuff. They cater to tourists. Cool. Let them stay like that. But St. Croix, for me, I think we should be more focused on the kind of tourism, like agro tourism, eco tourism, because we have all that land and space, and
Mm-hmm.
it's more culturally focused over there. And there need to be things put in place to where when you come down there, it's to enjoy the stuff,
Yeah,
leave it the way it is, and preserve it, as
yes.
opposed to I need to own this.
Yeah, yeah,
But what do
yeah.
you think? Talk
I
to me.
No, that's real. That's real. I think the St. Thomas does have their thing going for them, and
Yeah,
it's great. It's great for what they got. You know what I mean? And I think what I was hearing in what you were saying is like it sounds like St. Croix doesn't have its own light, and if we do have a light, it's kind of like they're trying to have us be like St. Thomas in a sense, or kind of
yes.
we have that's
No,
kind
we do have our light, right? We have our own light, but it's not this. It doesn't shine the
of
same
not the
as St.
same.
Thomas. It's not. It's
Yes.
not the same thing. We're matter of fact, I talked to some Tomian people before. I was lucky enough to be unlucky enough to be renting a room, and there were two other Saint Tomian people, and they talk about us in a way that is like, in their mind, we're conspiracy theorists, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
rebellious. We just don't want nothing. We complain, and
Mm.
it's kind of like that spirit
Right.
is in St. Croix for real. Like
Yeah.
I get why you say it, but that's a part of the people and the culture and
Yeah.
who we are. It's
Yeah.
not just that we're foolish. Like you need to preserve that land and the way of life. That's our
Yes.
culture for real.
Exactly. Exactly. I can't hear like what it sounds make me think about like, you trying to take a square block and try and put it into like a circle hole. Like they're trying to make it,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And the fact that we don't fit into, that common thing or like how they got it because they've been popping. It's like, okay, now we bad. But we don't have to be bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna share this because I ain't gonna get keep the I ain't gonna get keep the ideas. Like there might be
Hmm.
there might be the future commissioner of tourism listening to me or like somebody that can really
Okay.
like input something. So I thought about this and maybe somebody else thought about this. I ain't saying I did it originally, but when I was in school, something came to me and I was like, if I was ever to be commissioner of tourism by any chance, what needs to be in place is yes, bro, Ja, you like St. Croix is this. This is the the if you go to St. Croix, this is what you will find and get around agritourism, around history, and around food or just whatever we can brand St. Croix around. Like each we could market the Virgin Islands almost like a package deal, where you could stop to St. Thomas to get this and this and this. St. Croix, you can find this and this and this. Like really just what you saying. You just like highlight St. Croix for what it is, highlight St. John for its advantages, and St. Thomas for its advantage. You know what I mean? So like we are promoting that we get a different flavor from each place, hence promoting spreading the tourism monies to all of the islands
Exactly.
because everybody wants to go to every island. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, like we don't have to be that cruise ship place. People think because we don't have cruise ships, mean that like tourism bad. Okay, so what? You know what I mean? We could do it next week. You know what I mean? You don't have to be that.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I don't understand why, like you said, it's the square peg in the round hole. Like why not embrace what it is already and then integrate into that? I don't see why
yeah.
that's hard. Why
Hey,
okay, oh we ain't got enough hotel, we ain't got enough cruise ship.
no,
Then do something else.
I'll tell you why, John, and it's coming full circle right now. This is my belief as well. We ain't thinking like that because we are not going out there into the world to see what else is
Mm,
going on as a people. There's like maybe like one or two, you know what I mean, like yourself, you know, you live in the States, you know, I've been places, I've been to Europe, different places. How common is that in our on St. Croix or just in the Virgin
yeah.
Islands? People that have gone away, you know what I mean? Like just the fact that some people could live on St. Croix, live in Frederickstead, and you telling me you never been to Point Udall or just east.
I know it's true. It's true. I never been to a hotel on the Keys. Still working on that, but
Oh
it's
man.
true. It's true. I got you.
Yeah,
It got people that live
yeah,
in West do not go east at all.
yeah.
Got people in East don't go. It's
Go,
true. It's true.
yeah, yeah, for real, bro. And I get that, like, you know, your common circle isn't like to go over there, but you know, once or twice, or like, you know what I mean. So for me, I think that's kind of like at the root of this whole why we don't see St. Croix for what it is and the tourism and this like
Hmm.
this negative persona of like tourism and like not seeing the potential of what it could be for us because we ain't going out there. We ain't seeing nothing else. You know
We
what I mean?
seeing more. I
Yeah,
got you.
we it's more. We ain't seeing more. Yeah, so we just continue just be cross with each other, be cross with Wapa, think that we have no power. You know what I mean? Like it goes a lot. And for me, travel just happens to be the cure, and there could be something else. You know what I mean?
With traveling, right? It it brings another problem, and I want you to get into this. So first, how can we get more people home traveling? How can we get them abroad? Do you have any ideas on programs? Have you been on some? You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah,
have you seen? And also, when you get them to travel, how do you bring them back? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because there's
yeah,
a brain drain in the Virgin Islands also, and
yeah,
there's a loss of talent once people see other things and they fall in love with them. Me, I love AC. That's not a
yeah,
popular thing in the Virgin Islands, and it's an expensive thing. So
yeah.
what do you do?
That's interesting. I love your questions, bro. Like I definitely love your questions, bro. And
I got a little experience, been
yeah,
doing this for a little
I
bit.
hear it. I hear it. Respect to the game, bro. Respect to
Okay.
the game. Um, but I think first of all, like it does take a certain person to it takes a certain person to like be committed to the community, you know, to endure the BS. You know, I think they're called like you know, innovators. You know what I mean? Not everybody will see the start of something. Like you gotta be that person to see and believe. I think it's possible to increase the amount of those folks that we have in our population. And I actually thought about this idea as well, bro. Like no kidding, no kidding. But traveling as a class, like using the world as your classroom, and to say a little bit more about that, I think how we can get more people to travel and want to like come back to the Virgin Islands. We, my belief is being with the youths, right? You can't. It's harder to teach and it's harder to revive something than to bring life to something. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, people like your age, even my age, you know, we can't. It's kind of like challenging to instill. And I just learned from my experience as a martial artist, being an instructor, you could pour easily into a youth, a child, then you could pour into somebody that already have their cup filled, think that they know and like etc. So not to sound neglectful or anything, but like yeah, we just gotta like turn our direction to these youths, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be propelling things forward. And something that's important to know about me, like just for who I am, I believe in a world that works for children. You know what I mean? Like I love youth. I love working with the youths. Everything for me is about like them because they are the future to me. Like the only way I can have a legacy is by instilling this into somewhere that's gonna be after me. So I said that to say, implementing a program. Have you heard of Project Promise? Is a nonprofit on St. Croix. Okay,
I have not.
okay, Project Promise, but they're a great example of like how they travel. Even with the organization I work with, Arch, they have a lot of like travel programs, and like they Project Promise took their students to like throughout the different United States. They did a trip like that, and they
Hmm.
go like, doing community service in different places. So we have to. I think having a program where the youths can like go away to do some kind of like give back or just even to like see other cultures, right? See what we could like and brand like package it in a way where it's not almost like a project where we're going away to see what we could bring back to
Mm,
implement to our community. You know what I mean? Because then there's that
I like that.
reward. You know what I mean? Like you're
I like that.
building those innovators to want to like not go away to stay away. You know what I mean? Show them that there is beauty here, but it's gonna take some work. Who's willing to do the work? Not everybody's gonna want to do it, and I ain't blaming those that don't want to do it because it's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
Correct.
It's
Correct.
it's not for everybody. I'm not gonna sit there and act as if we need everybody to come back home because the truth is we don't need everybody to come back home. Some of y'all could
Well,
definitely stay home.
there's not enough space. Period. So it wouldn't even matter. There's no
Yeah.
way to put you. All right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And a lot of the imagery about how we look, I think, comes from just people just talking and not coming, giving it a chance now.
Okay.
I'm
What do
you
you
might know,
mean?
like for example, my girlfriend, she has family that lives in Florida. They
Mm,
left after they left after Hugo, right? So her mother and her parents, her siblings, her mother's siblings, they all moved to Tampa after Hugo. They have never been back since. So the thing that's
mm,
there in their mind is like I guess violence and like how things were. You know what I mean? So that violent stuff, that's a whole next conversation that kind of keeps people away. They're
yeah.
not giving it a chance to see it newly. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, this conversation could definitely go. There's a lot of directions
Everywhere.
that conversation could go. Yeah.
Just briefly, we talking about traveling, but I do want to say, I think overall, with violence, we need to focus on the root cause, which has never been done. Like America as a whole, Virgin Islands as a whole, has never focused on the issue. The issue with violence at the root of it is poverty, right?
Mm,
Because if you attack poverty and you try to solve poverty, you will in effect solve crime. You don't
mm,
worry about robbing somebody when your pockets are already full and you have an 850 credit score. That's just what it is. If you live in good, you ain't thinking about committing crimes.
mm,
And a lot of the crimes that I see, at least on the consortium, is fraud type. It's like
that,
stealing type.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I get where it's coming from. So don't attack the person. How about we go after the root cause? The empty pockets, empty stomachs.
That's for sure.
But yeah, let me
Now
refocus. We got back to
that
chop.
gets you jabbed up there. Like,
Yeah, because that's the issue. Nobody goes after the issue. And
well,
with traveling, how do you think you could help with traveling with the crime? Is that a tie in there?
that's hell of a. I mean, I guess, but that's interesting. I don't, I don't know, bro. I'm sure I've never thought about it. I'll be honest there. I never thought about traveling with crime to impact crime, or even like how traveling might be a solution to that, or even the fact that I could see like how I might have not paid attention to like the fact that poverty is a real issue, and
It's
that
a tie in. Yeah.
yeah, and that's like a big issue to why people don't even consider traveling. Like I feel like a part of like where I'm coming from right now might have like overstepped. That like, yo, my pocket's broke, bro. I can't even think about going off island. I could barely put gas in my car. You know what I mean? That's a reality for some people. You know what I
But
mean?
I don't think that you've overstepped, because if you're in a position to create a program or to launch in
Mhm.
someone's mind that, hey, maybe we should start a program. And I have thought about, travel assisting with a lot of the issues, because, like with the youth, to take it back to the youth, what if one of the issues outside of the struggle is not seeing anything outside of the struggle, right? Like when you're living in a certain place, and the people that make money that you see sell drugs or steal or do, they got a bad car, they live next to you. What if that is what you see, and you think, and that's what you're going to aim for? But if
Yeah.
you see stuff that's outside, what if you saw um black families living, in Montana with a huge
Yeah.
ranch,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? Like, what if they saw those things too, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That would definitely impact how they move in, realizing like this is not the
Yeah,
only way. Yeah. Yeah.
they're
No, that's
seeing the end.
yeah. That's facts, and it points to the fact that people like they don't necessarily need to have money if we're putting our heads together to create a program. So it kind of bypass,
Exactly.
yeah, it kind of bypasses. Is you're not paying for it, so don't even worry about that, bro. Kind of way.
You
Yeah.
see? So if anyone is listening and maybe start thinking about programs, there could be somebody watching right now with the means. It's a thing, but they just never thought of, hey, maybe if I got some of these children that are in the hood, because like I told you, like I said at first, I was living in the hood. I had never seen anything outside of Aradias Heights. And
Mm,
then they took me to talk to grown black men that were successful in, what was it, Philadelphia, and saw what a college looked like, saw what an auditorium in a college looks like, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to see things.
and what did that do for you?
It changed my perspective, because for me, college was, even then, college didn't seem realistic. So even seeing that maybe I can go to college, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? That there are programs. I found out then that there are things called scholarships, and this is what you need to do. Like, we
wow.
had those conversations, and seeing men that have made it because they had went through college and, fraternities, even though I'm not a fraternity person, you know what I'm saying? There's partnerships, there's
Yeah.
brotherhood and it's black men
Yeah. Yeah.
leading the charge, as opposed to me looking and seeing that, hey, my father ain't in the house, my best friend father ain't in the house. You know what I'm saying? I saw something else.
Yeah. So what do you think how do you think your life would have panned out if you never went on that specific trip, on trips similar to it?
I do thank my mother that she I was sheltered, which was bad, but also good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't allowed to be out there getting in trouble.
Mm,
So she plays a role too. But had I not seen other things and only seen it on TV, those things would seem unattainable.
mm,
But when you talk to somebody and they come from a similar experience, just a different place, it did make it seem more attainable. Because all I was listening to was rap, and then you went from drugs. I gotta sell drugs first, then I got rap, then you know what I'm saying? Then I could be rich. But no, you could become a lawyer. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. Real. That's real right there, boy. You good over there,
Just just
man?
just a thought.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't mean to get you
don't
wrapped
don't
up.
mind don't mind that I talk a lot of on my page, right? This is the stuff that really gets me going. Just
Yeah.
so you know.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. There's a lot of
Yo, what places have you been to? Taking it back around the travel, and what was the most beautiful experience traveling you've had?
the most beautiful experience I've had, man, was solo traveling by myself. Yeah. What's that? What you have to say to that?
I'm a loner, so I love traveling by myself. But I'm wondering how many people are hearing this and like, I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go on,
yeah,
I want to hear about that.
yeah. No, that I mean that's something in itself for real. Just like you know, you telling me you like just the fact you might not be able to travel by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, what does that say about who you are? And like, are you afraid to discover who you are, or even like, do you even know who you are? Like, it's just so much goes into that. So like, I would like I said, I went to Hawaii by myself. I went to Nova Scotia, Canada, to Cape Breton Island by myself, and just like being around people that like have no idea who you are, you get to you question who you are and I question who I was and like what is it that I stand for. Like in a space where I can be anybody, who do I choose to show up as? You know what I mean? Like no one knows me as like, I could lie, I could do anything right now, and nobody would know who I am, right? So it's like in those moments, it really for me showed me like, okay, I can now discover really who I am without the peer pressure, without the like the societal norms of my home to like influence my actions. What is it that I can do when I have everything to myself? So like that sense of independence and that sense of like just having myself being able to create my own atmosphere, uh, it opened up a lot for me. I fell in love with journaling, and I fell in love with myself. I really fell in love with myself and discovered who I was on those solo trips. So I've been to Canada, Nova Scotia, Canada, Cape Breton Island. I've been to Hawaii. Um, I've been to a few states, Washington D.C., Washington State, which was one of the cooler states to me. And I've been overseas as well to Europe, and I went on a like a backpacking trip with my cousins and girlfriend at the time, and a buddy of ours. And that trip really was like a big one for me. You know, we flew into Germany, and then we flew to Germany from America, and then we flew to Croatia. So we started our trip in Croatia, and we took the real world ultimately all the way up to Germany, where my
Dang,
cousin's teacher was staying. So that we spent a whole month doing that. So we was in Croatia, Slovenia, we was in
that's dope.
Italy, Germany, um, and we went to Amsterdam for a day. So yeah, that whole
One
stretch.
day.
No, 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 not in one day. I mean, we stayed in Amsterdam for one day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So why only one day in Amsterdam?
Oh well, because our Airbnb, there was a situation where our Airbnb, so we were just like,
Okay.
man, let's forget it. Let's just catch the train, back to Germany. Um, and we had this thing. It's called like a Euro pass, and we had like access to drive. We paid beforehand, and we was able to drive the trains, just not for free, but like just easy
Yeah,
access. Yeah, yeah,
that's dope.
that was dope. And
Yeah,
Slovenia, by far, to me, Slovenia and Croatia were my top for those trips, because it's like,
really.
yeah, you gotta check out Slovenia, bro. I tell people this all the time.
Hey, when you talk about places that's close to like Eastern Europe, I just think about cold and damaged cars and
I
Russian
mean,
mob. I don't know.
there is no, no, no. I mean, I get why you say that. I didn't have much of the awareness of like the difference between like the
Hmm.
northern Europe, but it is definitely underdeveloped compared to like
Okay.
Germany and Italy. Like that sense is definitely prevalent for sure. The train systems is not as much. Yes, I, yes, I,
Okay.
yes, I, yes, I, yes, I. Um, but yeah, but it is underdeveloped, and I think that's what I liked about it, because it's so far away from home.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so far away from home, but that sense have it be feel like similar. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like this is like, you know,
I get what you mean. It just I don't know. It sounds bad. I just love how underdeveloped this place is, man. It just feel like home. Like
I know what you mean, bro, but no, man, it felt like have you ever been to Baltimore? Okay.
yeah. I've been to Baltimore.
Yep.
Don't say nothing insulting about Baltimore,
I
please,
ain't gonna say
please.
something about Baltimore. I not. Yeah, I've been to Baltimore for the first time a couple months ago, and
Uh,
well, I'll just leave it there, bro. Without, I love my Be More people. I love Be More. I love
yeah,
Be More. I love it. I ain't gonna hold you. I love it. It's unique. It's different, and just in having that experience, it just felt like like a worn down city environment that is
Hey, let's move on, man. Let's
yeah,
move on.
out of my head. But yeah, just like
Hey,
with potential.
okay, got you. Yeah. Was it like The Wire? You seen The Wire?
No, I haven't seen The Wire. I haven't seen The Wire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate their accent. I'll say that. I hate their accent. The Merland and
Oh,
like
Merlin is
certain things.
different.
It's oh
They're different up there.
yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Why am I said? So you said Slovenia and another place was like the top.
Croatia.
Why?
Why?
Croatia. Why?
Yeah, Croatia because the natural beauty, man, the natural beauty of those two places. I don't know if you know, but have you seen the Game of Thrones was filmed in Croatia
Did
in
not
this
know
place,
that.
yeah, in a place called Dubrovnik. We didn't go to
Mm,
Dubrovnik, but it was filmed in that place. So if you've seen Game of Thrones, like that essence, that vibe is Croatia. You know what I mean? And where we went to this place called Zadar and Zagreb, which is the capital of Croatia, if I'm not mistaken. It was
hmm
like marble floor. Like they had this whole place that was just like marble floor and like marble buildings, and it was just unique to me, and it felt like highlands. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I felt like we were out, yeah, like a Game of Thrones. Like I don't know if you've seen that one. What's that show? I think it is Game of Thrones. Um, with the girl with the white hair. But yeah, just like
Yeah.
Highland, just like just very green and vast. You know what I mean? Just like
Green. Okay.
yeah.
You see, that's not what I think of when I hear Croatia and Slovenia. Those
What
words
do you
don't
think
come to
about?
mind.
What do you
Greenery.
think about?
I told you the damaged cars, vodka bottles that are
Cars,
broken,
tires.
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, man, ain't nothing like
like
that. Man. Ain't nothing like that. No, man.
that's dope though.
It's quite it is still advanced, you know what I mean? But it's not as like it's not like Germany or Amsterdam for sure. It's not like the northern part.
Okay.
Two different essences. People have more um like this freedom in places like Slovenia and Croatia. You know what I mean? You don't I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but you don't feel like there's like public cameras and like things like watching you and like observing you.
Okay.
You kind of just feel like you could burn down a friggin' car low key and like get away with it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I can get away with that in Germany. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
No. Definitely not. Definitely not.
yeah.
How were you received? Were you well received in these places? And then we'll get to
Yo,
size question.
yeah, but honestly, bro, Croatia not so much. Croatia, we weren't like well received because it's like a
Okay.
group of black folks. You know what I mean? Locks. You know, just and well, I'll leave that part. Well, yeah, we were traveling with Middle Eastern women. You know what I mean? So they were definitely looking at us like hella weird. You know what I mean? But
Mm,
in Slovenia, actually, we actually connected with Senegal, a person from Senegal, Africa. So there are African people in different parts of Europe, but we connected with this very subculture group of folks, and they took us to this like interesting spot. And
okay.
yeah, but yeah, we connected very well in Slovenia. We met this guy. I'm still friends with him on Facebook to this day. You know, I'm not even gonna try to attempt to say his name. I do. I know he's from Senegal. I do remember his name.
Okay.
I gave me a chance. But yeah, we were well received in Slovenia. Definitely black folks there. Not common in Croatia. We were not seeing much black folks. My my my
Uh,
my friend actually. I don't know if you had this experience with somebody who was like, "Oh my gosh, my," she was like, "My daughter loves locks and she's depressed right now. Like, can I take a picture of you? Can I take a video of you saying hi to my daughter?" So there was some of that, you know what I mean, and some
mhm.
looks. Um, but other than that, nothing bad.
It was cool.
They're very welcoming. You know what I mean? We had this one conversation with this guy in Slovenia, and he was like, we said something about like, but we're black, and he was like, hey, we don't use that word around here. So they're just real cool people, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Sai wants to know, what was the place you've gotten the biggest shock to see someone black?
Definitely Slovenia, bro, and Italy too. Italy, I was surprised to see.
So they were openly surprised?
Oh, they were surprised to see us.
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes.
No, not too publicly. Not too public. There were a lot of like eyes sometimes, like on the trains. You know what I mean? Like on the trains, we're sitting down, and like we're walking like through the aisles, going to sit down, and like people like watch us. And like I told you, we're traveling with two Middle Eastern women, so I think it's more like, what are these black people doing with these people? That they just couldn't like attach it together, right? Yeah.
So you
But
didn't have any of those experiences where it's like, I don't know if you know those old westerns where like they walk into the saloon and it's a bunch of noise and stuff, and all of a sudden it just stops and like,
no,
you lost, boy.
no, we had none of that, bro. We had none of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Good to
pretty
know.
cool. Honestly, like I would say, I mean, I don't know what most people think about Europe, but no, Italy is a bit rough. I don't know, like for us specifically, side, but they are on the harsher side of the people. You know what I mean? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you if it was because we were black or just because they just kind of like don't fuck with
Like
people.
that's how they move.
Don't mess with
Okay.
people. Yeah. There's one pan at him, man. I can't forget, and I cross. I buy the pizza from him, the man. But I had went in there, and he would want ask me what I want, whatever. Then I asked him if I could pay after I get the food, and he was like, "Well, what does this look like? What does this look like? When you go to McDonald's, don't you pay before?" And he's like, "These Americans and this and that." So
Damn.
yeah, he had gone off, man. But I can't say, for my personal experience, I can't speak like it's rough for me as a black man. I seen
Okay.
other black people there, French black man. You know, them man were looking at us like we were different from them. You know,
Mhm.
but the Africans more so connected to us than like the Italian black people. You know what I mean? Like they think they're different, or from the looks from us.
I could see that.
Yeah.
You're a traveling guy. You're a wandering soul. Could you see yourself living anywhere else?
Yes, I have given this many thoughts.
Hmm.
If you could take a guess for me, like where you see me wanting to live.
As a islander, I don't know. It sound like you feel in Slovenia though. Like you really down for Slovenia.
Yeah, thanks for saying that. I am down for Slovenia. I might want like a little summer house or some kind of vibe
A
over there.
summer house. Okay.
No, but for me, I have New Zealand on my radar, bro.
Because of all the green.
Not because of all the green, because like I was telling you, like I found out I really was like drawn to New Zealand when I was like in my degree study. Like New Zealand is one of those places that like they're very progressive. Like they are ahead in a lot of things. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So they're a place that a lot of the world like looks to for different stuff. You know what I mean? Like they did well during the pandemic. Not many things they did like gun bans and stuff like that. This is a fun fact, completely irrelevant to what we're talking about. But did you know the first public transgender came out in New Zealand? I
I
thought that
had
was
heard that. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, New Zealand just dope as shit, bro. I just did my research, man. I'm a guy for when it comes to learning and like bringing back stuff. I want to like go to New Zealand and like learn from them. Like that's like my kind of thinking when I think about going places. Like, what can I learn from you? So I have my
Have
eyes
you
on.
been?
I haven't been to New Zealand. No, I haven't been to New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's on my bucket list. That's gonna be my next big like spot. They're up
That's
to
what's up.
something, and I'm trying to figure out what it is.
You have a travel business. To anyone that's listening right now, right? Is there a way? What do you want them to know? Could your travel business help them, and in what ways?
Yes, my travel business can help you um, in the ways of financial freedom, time freedom, personal freedom is is big here. It can help you in, especially like for those people that love to travel. If you're someone that already, if your family goes to if you're the person you people come to book things, and like you love to like plan and coordinate those ventures, just think about the fact that you have the opportunity to do that and earn money from doing what you already do, right? So people that love to travel, there it is possible for you to make money and earn money from what you already love to do. Personally, I can I can like be a person that, being that I own an online travel agency, yes, you people can come to me so that I can take care of your travel experiences, find you the best of the best. And what I love to focus my attention on is I focus on helping people, and I'm building a team of people that wants to help people, right? so so yeah, the travel space allows me the opportunity to build a team of like-minded travel lovers that wants to um, share an opportunity with people that is like nothing else, so it is a business where like what I do you can do as well. You can book the travel, you can earn commission, you can save money, you can save a bag, pack a bag, make a bag, and also you can work with your friends or other business partners to develop a team. And that's really where my focus is on. I'm focused on helping people, and it's something that people can do part-time. um it's really designed for the ordinary person that like has a 9 to 5, or like working a job they might not really enjoy and don't have the time to they don't really have the time to enjoy themselves, or finances might be tight. This opportunity allows you and others to make extraordinary income. You know what I mean? Through in the space of travel, and yeah, it can help people in many situations, in many circumstances. And I'll say the biggest one, like I, the reason why I got my business is because I saw that there was a possibility of me, accessing some form of financial freedom from this business, as well as a residual income from travel. I mean, and who doesn't love travel? You know what I mean? Even if you don't, even if you might not want to do what I do, you travel, and you can be someone that can support my business by coming to me and allowing me to plan your next vacation. And I guarantee you I can find fantastic experiences and fantastic trips for you to go on. So
All right,
from car rentals to cruises to concert tickets, yeah, I can book it all, and you can book it all too if you want to.
that's what's up. Now, what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna hit you with some rapid fire questions. You just go ahead and like as concise as possible,
Got it.
considering the question, right? Just kind of answer those for me, all right?
I'm gonna go off the top of my head.
All right. So first, we talked about traveling alone. You said that was some of your best experiences was traveling alone, right? But we know that there are people who, like me, I go to the gym by myself, I eat by myself. I once I put on my headphones, I go to go. But what do you have to say to those that can't even go to a restaurant alone? What do you have to say to the people scared of traveling alone?
I would have to say that if you're scared to travel alone, then you're scared of yourself and discovering who you are. So take it step by step. Spend a whole day by yourself. Go somewhere, go to the beach by yourself. Just do something by yourself first. And I would say you would have to get over that fear, buddy, because you're missing out on who you are. by not being able to travel by yourself.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And you have some initiatives, one of which being Arch. Can you tell the people really quickly what Arch
Oh, that's
is?
fantastic. So Arch is my day job. Arch is I'm a program manager for a grant that this is a nonprofit on St. Croix, and we focus around underage substance abuse and misuse, as well as mental health in the youth community. So we're our mission is to improve the quality of life. So we just do different programs and events and initiatives around improving and decreasing the progression of underage substance use and abuse.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And there's a short film contest going on right now. Is that
There is a
correct? Is that still
yeah.
going on?
Yes.
Okay. You
Thanks for
wanna
asking.
you wanna tell them about that?
Oh,
No problem.
that's so fantastic. I appreciate you doing this, man. So for any youths out there, 12 to 14 or even 15 to 19, we do have a short film contest to, once again, our goal is to reduce the progression of underage substance abuse and misuse and mental health in the Virgin Islands in the youth community. So we have this film festival going on, um, 5 minutes long, about mental health or about um, violence, or the different topics are on top of the flyer. So it's just a fun festival to just right there. The topics are there: drug use, teen pregnancy, AIDS, emotions, and it's just a fun way to engage the community. It's a fun way to bring people around. We're gonna during the film festival itself, we're going to be having different town hall conversations. Just a great way to engage the youth in a way where their voice can be heard and seen.
All
Yeah,
right. Thank you.
yeah,
And just how can the people get in contact with you if they want to reach out? They have any questions, concerns about any of these initiatives or the travel?
yeah, man. Well, I'm an easy guy to find, man. Just I don't think many people have my name, so if you just type Tyree, my first name, anywhere, I'm confident you will find me. My name on Facebook is my name on Facebook is Tyree. My Instagram name is, if you type in Tyree, I will pop up. Tyree is my name on Instagram, and I don't do the Twitter stuff. I have a YouTube. If you search me up on YouTube, actually you'll find my vlogs that I did when I was in Canada. Just a fun fact: the exchange program hired me as a vlogger, so I vlogged my experience in Canada. If you type in
That's what's up.
NSE Tyree, you'll see my vlogs. I like to share that. So yeah, just search me up, hit me up. I'm very friendly. Facebook. I would give my phone number, but I don't know who's out there listening to me.
Yeah, that's risky now.
Yeah, Facebook,
Thank
Instagram,
you.
Tyree.
And the guest gets to say their final words. So, what do you want anyone listening out there in the audience? What do you want them to know? What are your final words, your little nuggets of wisdom before we wrap
Um,
up?
I'll say, man, that I'm just grateful for this opportunity. You gave me a chance. I really appreciate it, Ja. Just come out
Of
here
course.
and talk my talk. I want everybody to know that the Virgin Islands has a very beautiful future if we just want it for ourselves. We have to want it for ourselves, is what I'll say. And I hope that I've shared something that can inspire someone out there to take an action that'll, you know, be in our favor as a people. Because I can tell you what's on the horizon for us if we don't do something for ourselves, it will be nothing for ourselves. So yeah,
Facts.
yeah. Thank you so much, Same Difference, for the opportunity. And yeah, just I'm just here to share, man. So thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming through. For my final words, basically, life is meant to be lived. Go ahead and make some experiences, make some new core memories, man. For
Yeah.
me, I know I want to live before I die. All right. So don't just exist. Go ahead and do some stuff. I love to travel and I don't make a lot of money, but I gonna get out there. You know what I'm saying? So
Good.
if you can't do it by yourself, find some friends that you trust. It doesn't have to be a big group. If you get one other person that you enjoy their company, go out there and make experience together.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? That's it for me, man. Hey, you know who I am? I'm Ja. That's Tyree. This is Same Difference. We out. We love you. Peace.
wow. Yes, that was fire. Are we live still? Oh.